Marcus Aurelius once cautioned, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What if I told you that some people you interact with could be eroding this inner strength without you even realizing it? Welcome to a video that might just change the way you see the world around you. Today, we're diving into 7 types of people Stoicism warns us about. And trust me, this isn't just another list. This is a guide to guarding your mental fortress. Stick around, and you'll gain the Stoic armor needed to not just survive, but thrive in a world filled with complex personalities and hidden pitfalls. Are you willing to risk your tranquility and virtue by not knowing who to watch out for? I didn't think so. Let's embark on this eye-opening journey together. Number 1. The complainer. Let's delve into this complex archetype. A complainer often embodies a permanent state of dissatisfaction, always finding the cloud around every silver lining. They incessantly focus on life's downsides, and they rarely miss a chance to vocalize their discontent. What compounds this is their victim mentality. They see themselves not as agents of their own destiny, but as hapless victims of an unjust world. This perspective is draining, not just for them, but also for those who are unfortunate enough to be caught in their emotional orbit. In the words of Epictetus, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Stoicism teaches us that lamenting about our conditions without taking actionable steps is a fruitless endeavor. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that it isn't external events, but our judgments about them that disturb us. In being around complainers, we essentially subject ourselves to an environment that contradicts these Stoic teachings. Their pervasive negativity can be corrosive to our well-being, gradually eroding our mental tranquility and acting as an impediment to personal growth. Why avoid such individuals? First and foremost, the emotional toll of constant complaining can be severe. It can disrupt your mental balance, making it increasingly difficult to maintain a Stoic peace of mind. Stoicism tells us that rationality, self-control, and emotional equilibrium are the true pathways to a fulfilled life. Being surrounded by the perpetual pessimism of a complainer puts these Stoic ideals at risk. Coping with the presence of a chronic complainer requires strategy. Setting emotional boundaries is vital. As humans, we may be inclined to lend an empathetic ear, but we must also recognize the necessity to protect our own emotional landscape. If direct conversation fails to shift the tide, subtly steering the dialogue towards what they are grateful for could be a gentle way to infuse positivity. When even this fails, it's worth remembering another piece of Stoic wisdom from Seneca. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Limiting your exposure to chronic complainers allows you to do just that. By acknowledging the risks of being in the company of a complainer, you're taking proactive steps to safeguard your mental serenity. This knowledge not only keeps you grounded in Stoic principles, but also equips you for a balanced and fulfilling life. Number 2. The drama magnet. Let's proceed to unravel the complexities of the second type. The drama magnet is an individual who thrives on emotional turmoil and discord. They often seem to find themselves in the middle of conflict or create one if it doesn't already exist. Whether it's a personal relationship, a workplace environment, or even a social gathering, they have a way of turning even the most innocuous interactions into a battleground of emotions. The drama magnet is not just embroiled in conflict, but often seems to feed off it, making those around them uneasy and disrupting any sense of peace. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." Drama magnets are in many ways captivated by the expectancy of emotional turbulence. They are often so caught up in what might go wrong, who might betray them, or how they might be the center of attention, that they miss the opportunity to live a peaceful and meaningful today. Their behavior contrasts sharply with Stoic principles, which encourage us to focus on the present and on what we can control, rather than getting lost in the chaos of potential future conflicts. So why is it crucial to keep a safe distance from drama magnets? The turbulence they introduce into your life can significantly impact your mental and emotional well-being. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Stoicism teaches us the importance of internal tranquility, rationality, and self-control. Consistent exposure to dramatic situations conflicts with these Stoic ideals, throwing us off balance and diverting our focus from things that genuinely matter. To manage the drama magnet's influence on your life, setting clear emotional and social boundaries is essential. If these boundaries are consistently violated, reducing contact or even removing yourself from their sphere of influence can be the best course of action to maintain your Stoic equilibrium. Understanding and identifying the drama magnet empowers you to protect your emotional and mental serenity. This awareness not only helps you maintain a life that's consistent with Stoic ideals, but also sets the stage for long-term well-being and happiness. Number 3, the materialist. Certainly, let's explore the intricacies of the third type, the materialist, while keeping the guiding light of Stoic philosophy in view. The materialist is someone whose primary focus is the acquisition and possession of material goods. Their life seems to revolve around what they own or wish to own, be it the latest gadgets, luxury cars, high fashion, or even relationships that offer material advantages. They measure their success, and often that of others, in terms of material wealth. Such a worldview, while it may bring short-term gratification, often neglects the intangibles that offer deeper fulfillment and long-term happiness. Stoicism has much to say about this kind of life pursuit. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Stoics believe that the unrelenting chase for material goods is a futile endeavor because it's dependent on external circumstances beyond our control. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to find contentment in simplicity and to seek richness in character and virtue. Why should you steer clear of materialists, especially if you're striving to live according to Stoic principles? The relentless pursuit of material possessions can have a corrupting influence on your own priorities and values. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Stoicism values inner virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control as the true markers of a good life. Being around a materialist can make it difficult to uphold these values, as their influence could pull you away from these Stoic ideals. Managing your interaction with materialists requires a fine balance. It's important to maintain your own internal compass and values, as Seneca advises, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. If you find that the materialist's worldview is affecting your own sense of self and values, it might be time to limit exposure. Create an environment that allows you to focus on what's genuinely enriching rather than constantly striving for more material gains. Recognizing the materialist and understanding how this archetype contrasts with Stoic values empowers you to maintain your focus on what truly matters in life. This self-awareness is not just a shield protecting your Stoic principles, but also a key to long-term well-being and true contentment. Number 4, the egoist. The egotist is characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, often dominating conversations, relationships, and even entire environments with their own interests, achievements, or concerns. They have a tendency to view everything through the prism of how it affects them personally, generally displaying a lack of empathy or concern for others. For the egotist, the world is a stage where they are the star, and everyone else is relegated to a supporting role. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus offered valuable insights that counter this perspective. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Stoicism teaches us to focus on humility, self-awareness, and the cultivation of virtue. It suggests that the pursuit of ego is a futile endeavor, as it is based on external validation, which is neither reliable nor lasting. Instead, Stoicism advises us to find contentment and pride in our actions and virtues, not in how others perceive us. So why should you be wary of the egotist, especially from a Stoic point of view? The constant emphasis on self can create an environment where shallow pursuits take precedence over meaningful interactions or self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." The relentless focus on ego by the egotist can steer you away from this Stoic ideal, pulling you into a vortex of superficiality and distracting you from focusing on cultivating your own virtues. Dealing with an egotist requires both patience and steadfastness in your own values. One could heed the Stoic advice from Seneca: associate with people who are likely to improve you. If you find that the egotist's tendencies are influencing your mindset or behavior, consider setting emotional and conversational boundaries or limiting your interactions with them to safeguard your inner tranquility and focus. Understanding the nature of the egotist helps in aligning your social interactions more closely with Stoic principles. This insight allows you to better protect your own pursuit of virtue, wisdom, and emotional tranquility. Number 5. The gossip. Let's explore the fifth type of individual, often warned against in Stoic philosophy: the gossip. The gossip thrives on the dissemination of information about others, especially information that is sensitive, unconfirmed, or sensational. They seem to find a strange form of pleasure or validation in talking about other people's lives, shortcomings, or secrets. The gossip rarely focuses on self-improvement or constructive conversations, but leans towards discussions that breed negativity or conflict. Epictetus succinctly captures the Stoic stance against such behavior: speak ill of no one, not even your enemies. Stoicism places a high value on the quality of our thoughts and conversations. The philosophy advises us to engage in discussions that are constructive, meaningful, and justice. Gossiping often distracts us from these higher pursuits, pulling us into a loop of negativity that neither benefits the person being talked about nor adds value to our own character. Why should you avoid the gossip according to Stoic philosophy? The very act of gossiping can be corrosive to your soul and detrimental to your psychological well-being. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By engaging with gossip, you lower the quality of your internal discourse, compromising your mental serenity and your ability to focus on actions within your control. When dealing with the gossip, setting clear boundaries is crucial. You can choose to steer the conversation towards more constructive topics, or if that proves ineffective, limit your interactions with them. As Seneca tells us, he who is everywhere is nowhere. It may be more beneficial for your own well-being to distance yourself from sources of gossip and instead focus on activities and conversations that align with Stoic values. Being aware of the potential harm that a gossip can cause allows you to navigate social spaces while maintaining your commitment to Stoic principles. This understanding acts as a shield, protecting your mental space from being invaded by needless negativity and enabling you to engage in activities and conversations that genuinely enrich your life. Number 6. The manipulator. The manipulator is someone who has mastered the art of emotional or psychological manipulation to achieve their goals. They often employ tactics like guilt, tripping, gaslighting, or emotional blackmail to influence others. Their actions are primarily self-serving, even if they come disguised as concern or love. Unlike a straightforward enemy, the manipulator operates in a gray zone, making it challenging to discern their true intentions until it's too late. Epictetus provides a Stoic principle that can help us guard against such people, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Knowing who you are and what you stand for, is the first line of defense against manipulators. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-awareness and integrity, urging us to be consistent in our actions and beliefs regardless of external pressures. If we know who we are, it becomes difficult for a manipulator to sway us from our path. So why should one avoid the manipulator, particularly from a Stoic standpoint? Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." Being subjected to manipulation is not just an attack on your freedom, it's also an infringement on your quest for virtue. Manipulators pull you into ethical gray zones, making it difficult for you to maintain your commitment to Stoic values like honesty, courage, and justice. When dealing with manipulative individuals, it's essential to set very clear emotional and ethical boundaries. One might remember Seneca's words, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Challenges like dealing with manipulation are an opportunity for you to strengthen your character, but it's also crucial to recognize when distancing yourself becomes necessary for your well-being. Understanding the archetype of the manipulator equips you to better defend your Stoic ideals and mental tranquility. As you continue your Stoic journey, this knowledge serves as both armor and compass, directing you towards actions and environments that enrich your soul and promote personal growth. Number 7. The eternal victim. Let's delve into the seventh and final type of person who clashes with Stoic philosophy, the eternal victim. The eternal victim is someone who perpetually sees themselves as the target of unfairness, bad luck, or ill will, seldom taking responsibility for their own choices or circumstances. They often speak in a language of complaints, blaming everyone and everything but themselves for their predicaments. This constant portrayal of oneself as a victim not only hampers their own growth, but can also create a toxic environment for those around them. Like I said at the beginning of the video, Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Stoicism places a strong emphasis on personal responsibility and the agency to improve one's life. The philosophy teaches that while we cannot control external events, we can certainly control our reactions to them. The eternal victim's outlook runs counter to this fundamental Stoic belief, perpetuating a mindset of powerlessness and fostering emotional fragility. So why should you be cautious around the eternal victim, particularly if you are aiming to live a Stoic life? The eternal victim's constant blame game and refusal to take responsibility can be draining. As Seneca said, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." Stoicism encourages us to focus on making our lives good through our own actions, rather than getting entangled in the never-ending cycle of blame and complaint that characterizes the eternal victim. When encountering this type of individual, it's important to set emotional boundaries and safeguard your own mental health. Engaging too much with the eternal victim's negative mindset can risk pulling you into their emotional turmoil, derailing you from the Stoic path of personal responsibility and mental fortitude. Recognizing the eternal victim helps you protect your own mental and emotional well-being, serving as a crucial final lesson in your Stoic journey. Being aware of this archetypal trap empowers you to navigate life's challenges with wisdom, allowing you to remain steadfast in your commitment to Stoic virtues. Remember, as Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. And part of that enjoyment comes from surrounding ourselves with the right people. If you found value in this video and you're committed to living a life of Stoic wisdom and virtue, then this is the community for you. Share your experiences and thoughts about these type of people in the comments below. Let's grow this Stoic community where we learn from and support each other. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on content that can enrich your Stoic journey. Enrich your Stoic journey. Until next time, stay wise and stay virtuous.